welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, Assistant National Director of Community Development Council Sandra Adams passes, Guyana to take a trade mission to Jamaica, and Ministry of Public Health begins 2018 with Thanksgiving service. Stay tuned for the details of these and more. Daddy! And now for the details. The Assistant National Director of the Community Development Council, Sandra Adams, has passed. Tiffany Rodius has the details.
Region Chairman of Region 10, Renis Morian, confirmed the passing of Sandra Adams today. Adams headed the Region 10 Community Development Council and served as the Assistant Director for the National CDC. Morian told InfoHub that a lot of things have been shaken in Region 10 because of her absence. He noted Adams was a very hard worker and a strong advocate for the CDC she helped set up in the region. Adams reportedly died of a heart attack. She has been serving within the local government system for some 20 years, the regional chairman said. Apart from her CDC portfolio, Adams also headed the local government committee of Region 10's RDC and also served and advocated for the region's women and children. She will be remembered for her zest, exuberance, and commitment to the work she did, Morian said. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rodius.
At a recent graduation of some 30 psychologists from the American University of Peace Studies, the prevalence of negative childhood experiences was highlighted by Coordinator of Private Schools at the Ministry of Education, Dudmati Singh. Here's that report.
Too many of our children are subjected to all forms of abuse when they are left with relatives, friends, and neighbors, while their parents are at work, either overseas or locally. Too many of our children suffer all forms of abuse from step-parents, older siblings, and other relatives. And they suffer added negativity when their biological parents refuse to listen to their concerns.
Singh raised the issue while highlighting the need for psychologists to provide counseling and support for victims and perpetrators, given the fact that this has long-term implications on their lives. She also addressed the negative effects of children being too often left with the television, computer, or smartphones as their main learning tool in the absence of parental guidance.
For a long, long time, our teachers have been burdened more with counseling learners than teaching. Many teachers will tell you that on a daily basis, almost 75% of their instructional time is spent counseling. And of course, this has a heavy cost on curriculum delivery.
The former Minister of Education, Dr. Rupert Rupnaran, has in the past noted that teachers as well as retired teachers will be trained as counselors to deal with the issues affecting students. The Guyana Water Incorporated, with support from the government of Guyana, has spent millions of dollars distributing and supplying water to regions across Guyana. Details from Alexis Rodney.
Water supply and improvement at Port Kaituma, Oronok and Yarakita, all villages in Region 1, saw a total of $51.8 million being expended. This is according to GWI's Chief Executive Officer Dr. Richard Van West Charles, who said last Friday that some 786 persons from Yarakita benefited from the project, while the combined beneficiaries for Port Kaituma and Oronok stands at 2,000.
We've completed an improvement project in Cobarimo, which benefited 400 persons. Works are ongoing for the water supply in Kamwata and Coco with approximately $17 million.
In Region 3, some 105 residents benefited from the installation of 8 independent transmission mains and valve chambers from the Cornelia Ida well to the Fellowship Water Treatment Plant at a value of $50 million. Meanwhile, Region 4 received a $58 million transmission distribution main and a service connection in Alboystone. Regions 5 and 6 also benefited from such services.
A new treatment plant is due to be established at Sheetanka, and that was part of the agreement which was signed with the IDB.
In Region 7, residents benefited from a $30.8 million water supply system at Waialang and Tasserini. Residents in Region 8 were also gifted a $30 million water supply system at Chenapau, while works are ongoing on a new water supply system in Paramakatoy, which costs some $4.2 million. Works are ongoing on a $4.9 million water supply improvement at Rupert T. Aranaputa Region 9. Projects valued at $44.47 million are also ongoing in Region 10. Alexis Rodney for InfoHub.
East Bank Demerara and West Berbice farmers are soon to benefit from multi-million-dollar drainage and irrigation projects. Zanil Williams joins us with that report.
Minister of State Joseph Harmon explained that the projects, which cost in excess of $330 million, will seek to reduce flooding and increase productivity of lands situated aback of Mocha and Ithaca.
For the construction of drains, canals, access dams, and hydraulic structures at Mocha, Region Number 4, Ministry of Agriculture contracted in the sum of $182,509,000 awarded to Rupan Ramatar Investment. For the construction of drains, canals, dams, hydraulic structures at Ithaca, West Berbice, Region Number 5, Ministry of Agriculture. A contract in the sum of $148,374,000, contract awarded to H. Knott and Sons.
When completed, the projects will also help to increase employment opportunities for the two communities' residents.
The objective of these two projects at Mocha and Ithaca is to improve the drainage systems and access to the backland of these communities, to increase their productivity and competitiveness while promoting employment and entrepreneurship in these communities. It will also lead to increased revenue for farmers who now have access to greater amounts of lands that are irrigated.
The two projects form part of the Rural Agricultural Infrastructure Development Project, which is being funded by a combination of a loan and grants from the Caribbean Development Bank. Zanil Williams reporting for InfoHub.
The Ministry of Public Health anticipates stunning success as 2018 is dedicated to faith in God. Delicia Haynes has details.
At the brief dedication service, public health staff and ministers made declarations for the improvement of the public health sector. They also paused to acknowledge their God's help in their future endeavors. Professor Winston McGowan, who also serves as a pastor for the South Road Full Gospel Church, shared with the ministry the need for giving thanks for past successes and the need to seek God continually for His divine intervention in their work programs.
Seek you first the kingdom of God. And His righteousness. Seek you first. I want to commend the ministry for doing that this year. Some people seek first for their family. Some people seek first for their nation. Some people seek first for themselves. They're self-centered people. But for a ministry to decide we want to put God first, beginning of the year, I want to say it's very, very commendable.
Minister of Health Waldo Lawrence testified of her Christian faith and noted that there is the need for her to lead the ministry into recognizing God's ability to bring transformation to their work.
This service is not to be disrespectful to any other person within the ministry who worships in a different way. Everything that has been decreed this morning, everything that has been decreed this morning shall come to pass. Amen. Not because I say that, but because I believe that that word has gone forth with power and strength in the might of God.
The minister added that based on her belief, she has seen transformation through the entire public health sector and anticipates better things in 2018. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Here's our final report. Director of Sport Christopher Jones is optimistic following Guyana's bid to be one of the host countries for the 2018 Women's 2020 Cricket World Cup in November.
We are still awaiting the response from the International Cricket Authority as to whether that bid was successful. But I rather suspect because of the stadium and the fact that the stadium is owned by government, because the stadium has no branding on it, it puts Guyana in a position of which we can very likely be one of the 4 countries to host the Women's International World Cup.
The sport director noted that there are some prerequisites necessary for hosting the T20 games, which include the stadium having a replay screen, among other things. While provisions for such were proposed in the 2018 national budget, Jones highlighted that not everything was approved.
We are still engaging the Ministry of Finance with a view of reprioritizing some of those requests that would have been made by the various facilities. Those discourses are still ongoing, and we're confident. We're confident that we will see the allocations being made available.
West Indies, South Africa, England, Australia, India, New Zealand, Pakistan and Sri Lanka have already qualified for the Games. The West Indies women's team won the last Women's T20 World Cup after defeating Australia. Thanks for watching. Remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.